Now, I was requested to do this video since a really long time, and I want to apologize for taking so long to put it up. The first two times actually when I recorded this video, I got a little emotional and I didn't really understand why, so I really needed to sort like why I was getting like that first and then come and do this video. So this video is about how to cope with being away from home when it is you living in a foreign country. And I got a few tips up based on what I experienced and from what my close friends experience who are also from other countries and are currently living here. For some of you who do not know, I am from Trinidad, born and raised, and I got married 4 years ago, and I moved to France. So since then it has been a big up and down, and yes, you have to learn how to cope with it or else you could go a little crazy. First thing I would say is that I'm in no way an expert and some of these things work for me, and people would usually think or tell me that I have it completely together and I deal with this and that so well, but this is not always the case. And I don't think it have anybody who would come out and tell you that it's all 100% hunky-dory perfect. Bit by bit, and as time go by, you get to learn how it is you could deal with these things. The number one thing I think I will tell you is that you need to remember your mission. You need to think about why it is you went to this other country in the first place, and you need to concentrate on that, and this way you don't lose focus on your goal. Whether it is your mission in school or work, whether it is you went to this foreign country because the situation where it is you was living before was not good and you want to save money for your sick grandmother or whatever, you need to concentrate on your mission. And if it is you didn't have any particular mission and you just went there to change, try to remember what change it is you wanted, and try to think about why it is you left your initial country. You need to find a balance. So finding the balance with your new way of life, and the best way I could tell you is to socialize and get a job or go to school, or if you could do all three, right? Of course, work and school is going to help with that. For students, I think it is a lot easier. When it is I first came to France, yes, I did not come as a student, but I came and I had to learn the language and I was going to school, and if I was going out more. And I know that when it is I am working or going to school, I notice that I am a lot happier. It is a lot more balanced because you could plan, and this also distracts you from thinking about back home. This is going to help you with the language, learn about the culture, go out, meet people and socialize, and these things would really help you, because the less you're thinking about what it is you used to have is the more you could think about what it is you have and what it is you could have. You really need to concentrate on the positive stuff where it is you are, because when it is you're far away from home and you're not in your environment and you have not learned to adapt to where you are, it is really easy to sink into negativity and to concentrate on the negative stuff. And when it is you're far away from home, you don't want to be thinking about that kind of stuff. You really want to concentrate on the positive things so that you could keep going. To find other people that are exactly like you, or either students who came from another country. Now, me coming from Trinidad, I have not met any Trinidadians where I live, but I do have friends that I met when I was doing when I went to school to learn French, and these are the same friends I have now. And it also helps because they come from different cultures, so you have different morals, different ideas. It is not just concentrated. It's not people who came from the same country or from the Caribbean who are like me, but they are different people. So I learn a lot of different other things, and you learn to open up your mind to different cultures and to different ideas. And this is something that you have to learn to do, because when it is you travel, you really change as a person. When you travel, you grow, your mind, your heart open up, and you really need to pay attention to all the things around you. You can discover new cultures, and this is something you need to also do when it is you're not there. When you realize you're sinking and you keep thinking about you're missing home, and you know back home it like this and back home it like that, why not go out there and try to meet people and find out what it is like to be in the country that you're in, what it is like to be in France, how the French life is in England or whatever country, and really try and see what is so special about this place. And you get deep into that. It might be easy to say, well, I have work and I have school, I don't have time for that. Make time for it just once in a while. It will just be good, and you breathe, and you would see that bit by bit you could find similarities in where you are, the positive things, and yes, you could compare it to back home. It might not eliminate it completely, but it is a good way to take advantage of the situation and to help yourself grow. Strong yourself in positivity and beliefs. Earlier I was talking about this, whether you're Christian, Muslim or whatever, you hold on to that, because when you go, I know at least for me, when I came here, the culture is so much bigger. The way how things are here is so different. And it's really good to have something to hold on to. And if it is you're not a Christian or you don't believe in a religion, I would suggest that you drown yourself in positivity, so you keep people around you, people that you look up to, find mentors, and find things that you really find that make you feel happier and make you have positive thoughts. It's really easy to sink into a place of depression, and if it is you do not take control of these thoughts, it could end up going the wrong way for you. You really want to get the positive things in, and you just keep that, because you need to hold on to that and use that to push you forward every single day. There's YouTube, there's Facebook. You can find Facebook groups and look for groups where you could probably find people who came from your home country, and you can meet up with them or have meetups. Sometimes they have group things, or they might have activities based. Like here in France, there's one called Trinis in France, and there's a group of Trinidadians. They are all over the place, but they sometimes meet in Paris, and they might do a get-together, a party, a lunch. But of course, when you're doing that, always be cautious and always do your research, and do not go alone. Use the time to discover yourself. When it is you come from a small country, or you come from wherever, you have your family and you have everyone around you, and these things are your strength. Now when it is you go in another country and you're all there by yourself, you will realize how strong you are. And a lot of times we are not as strong as people might think we are. So it is good to use this time to discover who it is you really are, discover your strengths, and build on these things. And this is easier said than done, and it is not going to be done quick like this. So if it is you want a quick fix, I am sorry, I do not have it. It is a work in progress, and as time goes by, you build and you build and you grow. And you have to really stick with it. And when it is you find people that motivate you and help uplift you, stick with those people. Do not stick with the people who want to pull you down. And remember, you're in a foreign person country. Not every foreigner you meet is going to like you, and not every foreigner you meet is going to encourage you. Some of these people are thinking, what are you doing in their country? You come here to take the job, you come here to take the men and the women, and etc. So you just need to remember that, and you have to really build yourself and get some thick skin. And it is going to take a few years, and even if you're there already and you're telling me, sir, it's 5 years or 6 years, trust me, I have people, it take them 10 years. I have friends, they live here, it's 12 years they are here, and it's a struggle. When you go to a new country, most of the times, especially depending on which country you go to, you start everything from scratch, and you need to be prepared for that. If it is you're not prepared to start over your life from scratch, do not jump and just go to another country. Of course, you need to do your research and everything else like that, but if it is you're already there and you're in this situation and you're seeing it, you need to figure out what my mission is, what I really came here for, and what it is are really doing, and then from there you can make a decision if it is you want to stay or if you want to go back home if you really cannot deal with it anymore. I would say to do charity or do things for other people, whether it's Red Cross or you're helping some youth group or kids. And the reason why it is I say this is because I find when it is I do something for other people or I put a smile on somebody else's face, deep inside I feel so much better. I sometimes have had it where somebody was really nice to me and the person had maybe next to nothing, or the person was in the situation they was in was just so bad, and they just think positively towards life. And when I meet people like this, it is great because it helped me to reflect and think about what it is I have and what it is I am so unhappy about, or what it is so difficult for me to cope with. So you would meet refugees, you would meet people who cannot go back to their country because it is so bad, they could get killed. And when you use the time to go and help somebody else and help other people, you're making somebody else's life better, and you're not you're not sitting down thinking about, oh poor me, I'm back in my country, it was like this and it was like that. And yeah, this is the case, and you would always have thoughts like this. You would always miss the stuff, you would miss the food, you would always miss the people. It is who you are, you're born and raised there, that is your navel string. But the more you pine away and cry away about it, it is the more you're not going to be able to move forward where it is you are. So use the time, help somebody, fill the sorrow, fill the silence and all the voices. Make use of yourself, become a better person, do hobbies, find out what sport you like, work out, get rid of your flubber belly and your extra 10-15 pounds. If you have time to think and think about back there, and you have time, if you have time to keep thinking and depressing, you have time to exercise, you have time to eat right, you have time to help somebody, you have time to pick up a new hobby, go and learn how to play the guitar or the violin or drums, to pray. You have time to concentrate more on something else, right? You have time to do YouTube videos, you have time to go and you have time, trust me, you have time to do something else than to be pining away and stressing. It is time wasted, and trust me, you're here in your country, you know nobody, you have more time than anything else. Trust me, you have real time. The other thing I will tell you to do is something that I have not done myself, and this is something that I plan on doing, is to save your money and go back. Even if you do all of the tips that I told you before, or even if you have other tips and you're probably doing it and you still find you're homesick, you want to go back, save your money and go back. Even if it is a sacrifice, save your money and go back, because I will tell you that you are no longer the same person. See what the life is like back there, because there it would have changed too. Your friends would have changed, everything back where you were would change as well. And you could say, well, okay, you could see if it was all that you was really missing, if it was you just was a little homesick, it would cure your homesickness at the same time and help you with being far away from home. And you could also go and you could analyze everything and then figure out if it is okay, no, this is really the place for me, or no, I will go back, it's okay, I was just a little homesick. You should really save the money and go back. It would really do good. And this is an advice that I got from my friends. They all went back to their home countries in the last few years, and once or twice they all went back and they all said that it really did them good to be back home and to see where they come from and everything. And they all give me the same advice, they all speak the same way when they go back. Even the ones that prefer living here, they always go back, because you really need to go back. You always need to go back. So when you find that you can't take it anymore, you can't take the homesickness anymore, just go back. right? And this is the one piece of advice that I need to take for myself. And some other tips that I will tell you quickly: you cling and hold on to the real friends, and to your real family. Not everybody who is your uncle and your auntie and your cousin is your family. You want the people that really looking out for you and care about you, not the one that you have not been speaking to for 10 years and all of a sudden they're constantly always calling you or messaging you because they saw the new and one shoes and they want you to buy it, and oh, it's 6 to 1 or it's 10 to 1. You know how much a pound is in here, girl? Or yeah, you don't want people who check in your European dollars or your US dollars, your Australian or pounds, and converting it to their money and saying that you are rich compared to them, and they want you to send X, Y, Z and the other to you. These first world countries compared to a third world country, bottom line is, yes, the money is a big, when you convert it and everything's a big difference, but in a lot of these smaller countries we have a lot of freedom. As the United States or in France or in England or these countries where there's a lot of taxes and you have to pay from everything from A to Z. Bottom line is, you don't want these people who only check in your dollars and trying to tell you how to spend your money. You do not want the roaches and the sponges and the, I can't remember the name of it, but I will put the name if it is I remember. And you really want the people who truly care about you to be the people who you're talking to on the phone when you're depressed, or the people that you talk to on a regular basis in general, and you will be okay and you will cope just fine. Oh, I almost forgot another tip I will tell you all. When it is I am missing home, one of the things that I do, I put on my Trini music. I go in the kitchen, I need my flour and I make a little bus up shot. Yes, roti. Curry goat, curry chicken. Well, I don't get goat, yes, get beef. So I will curry my food and I will cook. Like you might find that week I cook a lot of the dishes that I am missing. And I would play music, and I will go up on the internet and I would play like old songs or something that helped me to remember of some memory or something, like when I was with my brother and my sister, and I play my music and I'm in the house dancing, and I cook a bunch of Trinidadian meals and food during that week. And it's good that I don't do it all the time, because it really makes a difference when it is I do it. And it really helps with you coping. If you find a local store where it is you live and you could find like some drinks or a beer, I mean, even if you don't drink alcohol, a beer or something. I saw a beer once from Trinidad in a store here and I was so happy, although I don't like the taste of beer. I was so happy that I saw it. It was so strange to see it with the label and everything on the shelf, and it just made my day. It made my day all year. So all of these little things. So if you could find little things from back home, it is good. And when it is you are going to when you're going away, make sure you have some souvenirs or certain things back from home that you really like, because I don't really have any and I wish I did, but whenever I go and visit I will make sure I get one. Awesome. I hope that this video was helpful to somebody. If you have any other tips, please don't just comment and say nice video. Please put any tips that you think would be helpful down below, because it won't only help me, it would help somebody else who probably watching the video and they could see some other tips and stuff in the comment. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.